Actions and Stuff is Minecraft Bedrock Edition's best resource pack due to the large amount of brand new animations that it adds into the game. But did you know that this resource pack also contains many secret features, which we'll be taking a look at today, starting with all of the unique designs for armor stands. Now first of all, to actually unlock these changes, you have to first name tag an armor stand, which is possible on Bedrock Edition, and to do that you simply need to have the two S symbols like this, obviously name a name tag, and then you can click on an armor stand and it will remove a body, so there's just this little stick. Once you've done that, you can start decorating with loads of different designs. For example, I can grab out many different carpet designs and we get these really cool looking carpets on the ground. So as you can see, a black carpet by itself is just black, but if we make the armor stand hold a black carpet, it has this unique design. This is obviously the same for white, light grey and grey, along with yellow, red, orange, brown, light blue, green, cyan, lime, pink, blue, purple and magenta. Honestly, I really like these carpet designs. It will definitely be a bit difficult to set up with an armor stand. If I just place a couple in like this, we can name them and then add the carpet. Oh, and you can rotate them, which is quite cool. But if I add them just like this and then we add the carpet, to be honest, I think that does work as a really cool design. I just think using the carpets is quite a unique idea though. Additionally, you can use a moss carpet on the armor stand to have this really cool design, which once again looks really good. And it's slightly variated from the Actions and Stuff moss carpet texture as well, which is quite cool. But also looks a bit like a lily pad, so that could definitely work in sort of more of an overgrown area. Similar to the carpet, you can also use snow layers, which also has this sort of in the ground look, which I think ends up looking quite nice and just helps to add more variation around your snowy build. Now this next one is probably my favourite, which is the cartography table, which if you put it in the armor stand's hand, we get this really cool globe in the game, which it looks really cool. I also love the effect it adds when you place it in, it just stops to spin. I think that just looks really nice. It would really go well in like an interior, in some sort of bedroom or like a village area. But honestly, I really like the look of it. Yeah, it just looks so detailed as well. Before I move on to any more armor stand tricks, if you're enjoying today's video and want to learn more about Actions and Stuff, make sure to subscribe, as I've already got a whole video covering all the unique name tag tricks, but I may do some more Actions and Stuff videos in the future, so make sure to subscribe. Next up, if you add cobblestone to an armor stand, you'll see that we now get these really cool little boulder designs, which is another great detail added into Minecraft. You can sort of just add them around your blocks of cobblestone, like that. Yeah, that looks so good. Really wish we had these sort of small boulder designs. Alternatively, you could do the same with mossy cobblestone for a mossy design, which once again, that looks really nice and works really well alongside mossy cobblestone. Next up, we can use stone bricks for this really cool pile of bricks design. That looks really nice. Once again, you can obviously use the armor stands on top of a block of stone bricks for even more detail. That would look really good alongside like a damaged castle or something, as if the bricks have fallen off. I think that looks really good. Now we're going to move on to some mushrooms. So if I grab a brown mushroom out, place it on an armor stand, we'll get this small 3D design, which looks really cool. As well as that, you can do it with a red mushroom, crimson fungus, as well as a warp fungus for these 3D mushroom designs, which are actually a part of the Actions and Stuff texture pack. But if you turn these textures off, you'll still be able to get these 3D mushrooms just with the armor stands. But at the end of the video, we will obviously be taking a look at all of these without the Actions and Stuff texture pack enabled. Next up, we can use a carrot on an armor stand to just simply create a pile of carrots, which is such a cool detail. I wish we could decorate with like these sort of crops in Minecraft, or even just have like a crate of carrots or potatoes or something. I think that's such a cool look. That would work very well, obviously, around a farm or like a rabbit area. Yeah, I just think these are really good for detailing once again. Another detail you could do is adding a campfire to an armor stand for this really cool sort of medieval looking camp design. I think that looks really cool with a fiery sort of torch. Do the same with a soul campfire, that one with blue particles. That looks really nice. Love the look of those. You can also use a torch to create this alternative design. Same with a soul torch. Both of these look really cool as well. These almost look sort of more modern, whereas these would look really good on a castle. But yeah, I really like the look of all of these. As well as that, you can use a redstone torch to just create a pile of redstone, which is sort of seen in Minecraft dungeons, I believe. That looks really nice once again. I just think all of these little piles of things end up looking really good and work really well as just extra details you can add into your world. The only downside is you'll need to use a lot of name tags, especially if you're decorating in large abundances. Another block you can use is a cookie to just simply make a cookie jar, which is probably one of my favorites. I think that's such a nice detail to add. Another really good part is the fact that you can rotate armor stands, so you can have them on different rotations. So if this one's more slanted, this one's sort of straight on the block. But these look really cool. I love the little cookies inside. And another cool bonus of actions and stuff is the eating animation for different foods, such as these cookies. I really like that design. Next up, you can use a water bucket to create this little fountain design, which once again, that looks so cool. It's like a little bird bath. I really like the look of that. And just simply using a water bucket for it. Obviously, it has no function. You can't fill it up with water or take the water out or add a fish to it, but it's still a really nice detail to add to your world. The penultimate armor stand design you can use is with a lava bucket. And it creates a lava lamp, which is a really cool design once again. This would work really well, I think, alongside for both the bird bath and the cookie jar for just decorating your base. Same with the globe over there, actually. I think all of those could work really well together. Yeah, that looks so nice. And the final trick you can use with the armor stand is probably one of my favorites, and it's simply to take the Heartbreak pottery sherd and add it to the armor stand for this smashed decorated pot look, which honestly, that looks really cool. If I grab out a decorated pot from wherever it is in the creative inventory, there we go. And then we can add an armor stand next to it for a broken design. That looks so cool. This would work obviously really well in sort of an abandoned or destroyed area. But unfortunately, you will have to collect a load of Heartbreak pottery sherds. And for those wondering, the Heartbreak pottery sherd is discovered from the trail ruins by brushing the suspicious gravel. Now, despite that being all the tricks from the armor stand name tags you can use, actions and stuff also adds loads of unique poses for all of the armor stands. We've got the default one, we've got this sort of straight armed one, another one with just moving the arms. Then we've got these really cool ones with like, he's sort of kneeling down. This one's sat on the ground. I think that looks really cool. It's just an extra way you can add more detail into your world. For example, I can just grab out like a set of leather armor. I think that looks so cool. It just helps add more detail in your world. Like you could add these as just like NPCs around your world. Like this guy could be sitting down, maybe he's homeless or something. Whereas this one looks like he's trying to give you a hug or dancing or something. I think all of these are just really nice designs. That's definitely one of the best things about Bedrock Edition as well, is the fact that you can just use armor stands however you want, like you can change all their poses. Java Edition currently doesn't have that, which is slightly annoying as you're sort of limited to what you can do with armor stands. Now, Actions and Stuff also has another secret feature. However, you will need to use commands to do this. So if you have commands in your own single player world, you can obviously do this, or you can use it in creative. But if you just have a regular survival or hardcore world, you probably won't be able to do it. But you will need the /replace item command. Simply /replace item, entity, your player name, and then select slot armor head, slot 0, and then you can fill it with different items. For example, cactus, which adds a mini cactus onto my head, or you can do cake, which adds a chef hat and apron, with my llama nose poking through it apparently, or you can do hay block, which is one of my personal favorites. You get this really cool farmer's hat on your head. I just wish this was in the game. Like, I kind of wish we could just add these blocks to our heads anyway, but I want a farmer's hat in the game so bad. Shame you can't get it very easily, or shame you just can't get it without like mods or anything. Or you could use an emerald to add yourself on a villager nose, which is really cool. It's also got like slight physics to it as well. It looks like it wobbles around when you move, which is quite fun. Or you can add a jack-o'-lantern onto your head for this really cool pumpkin design. My llama ears once again sticking out. Or you can just add a carved pumpkin into your head, which you can do in survival, to have this really cool looking pumpkin on your head, which is a really nice design. Now, if you're a fan of actions and stuff, but don't like the actual texture pack that it comes with, you can simply go into the settings of Bedrock Edition, go to Global Resources, Active Packs, and click the little settings icon, and then change it to 32x to get rid of all the textures whilst keeping the animations. One thing you may notice upon logging in is lots of these head items actually remain, which is quite cool. So I've got this actions and stuff pumpkin on my head, or if we press a button, we've now got a jack-o'-lantern on our head. The villager nose remains. The hay block thankfully remains. This is just such a cool design. I love the farmer's hat. The cake remains, as does the cactus, for all of these effects on your head. As well as that, I didn't even realize, but the armor stand changes remain without the texture pack actually on. So you can still have these sat down armor stands, or this guy begging, or yeah, these are really cool designs. I did not realize they were a part of actions and stuff without the texture pack on. And luckily, all of these armor stand name tag tricks seem to be working as well without the texture pack enabled, which is really cool. So you can decorate with these globes whilst having the default Minecraft textures, which is probably how I choose to play actions and stuff. I think the texture pack's good, but I also just love the textures of default Minecraft, so I wouldn't really want it to change. But there we go. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to subscribe and let me know what your favorite secret from actions and stuff is.